Hello, I'm Colin Hanratty from hostelworld.com, and if you want to know when the main museums in the French capital are free, when the Eiffel Tower sparkles just like this, and what are the best ways to get around, go nowhere, because here are 10 things you need to know about Paris. With its tree-lined boulevards, charming cafes and endless art galleries, Paris is one of the world's most breathtaking cities. Located on the River Seine, it seems everywhere you turn there's another landmark to take a picture of. It's also perfect for couples because, as we know, it's one of the most romantic cities in the world. Now, here is the first of those 10 things. Paris is broken up into 20 arrondissements. Each one has its own characteristics and neighbourhoods and varies in size. And when walking around the city, to see what arrondissement you're in, simply look at the street signs. And for the best view of Paris, come here to Butte Montmartre in the city's famous Montmartre district. It's also where you'll find one of the city's top attractions, the Sacré-Cœur. Getting around the French capital is easy. The city's underground system, known as the metro, is extremely efficient, and because there are stops everywhere, you're never far from a station. There's also a network known as the RER, which has very convenient stops throughout the city and is operated by larger trains. When buying tickets, instead of buying individual tickets for single journeys, buy a carnet or book of 10 as it works out far cheaper. Another great way to get around a city is in one of these. They're called a Vélib bike. Now the way it works is this: you have to give your credit card details as security. After that, then you have to pay a subscription fee, which is €1 a day. Then there is the rental charges. The first half an hour is free, the second half an hour is €1, the third half an hour is €2, and every half an hour after that is €4. So basically 2 hours will cost you €7. But there is a way to beat the system. Since the first half hour is free, if you keep on using the bike for intervals of less than 30 minutes, you won't have to pay anything other than the subscription fee. As this is the French capital, Paris is quite a busy city. But the good thing is that there are lots of parks and gardens for relaxing. This includes Jardin des Tuileries in front of Musée du Louvre, Parc des Champs de Mars under the Eiffel Tower, and Jardin de Trocadero across the river from us. Probably the best known of all of Paris's gardens is Jardin de Luxembourg in the 5th arrondissement. As you can see, it's a great place to just chill out in, but it's also got some charming paths to walk down, and it's home to Palais de Luxembourg. If you're watching this video and you haven't booked your trip to Paris just yet, here's a tip. Plan your trip around the first Sunday of the month when the big museums are free. This includes Musée d'Orsay, the Museum of Modern Art at the Pompidou Centre, and the best known of all, Musée du Louvre. So that means if you visit even just 2 of these museums, you'll save yourself almost €20. Dividing Paris in two, the River Seine is an attraction in its own right. Make sure to relax on its banks, admire the landmarks along it and the bridges that cross it. The best way to appreciate the Seine is by going on one of the boat tours, but make sure to shop around because some are open top, some aren't, and some are more expensive than others. Along with all of its top attractions, Paris also has some really cool neighbourhoods worth checking out. The Latin Quarter south of the Seine is full of quaint narrow streets, as is the right bank north of the Seine. Le Marais is the city's gay quarter, while Saint-Germain in the 6th and 7th arrondissements is one of the city's most charming districts. Arguably the most famous of all of Paris's neighbourhoods is Montmartre, which is north of the city centre. And in the past, artists such as Van Gogh and Picasso have lived here. Today it's full of alternative shops and cafes. Shopping is a popular pastime in Paris, and there are lots of good places to do it. The Champs-Élysées has many recognisable brands, as does Rue de Rivoli in the right bank. Also in the right bank are streets like Rue Saint-Denis and Rue Pierre-Lescot, where you will find more alternative shops.
Held every Saturday, Sunday and Monday, Porte de Clinoncourt in northern Paris is where you will find one of the city's best known flea markets. And here you can pick up everything from leather jackets to CDs.
When it comes to eating out in Paris, certain areas are known for certain cuisines. Pletzel in the 3rd arrondissement is where to go for kosher food, and Rue de la Huchette in the Latin Quarter is full of Greek restaurants. Belleville in the northeast of the city is full of Asian restaurants, while if you want to try typical French food, visit Rue Mouffetard and Rue du Pot de Fer, also in the Latin Quarter.
A great place to try French cuisine in the Latin Quarter is La Petite Provence, which is on Rue Pot de Fer. They've got different set menus that are really good value, and here you can try famous French specialties like duck à l'orange and l'escargot, otherwise known as snails. If you want to socialise like a true Parisian, rather than going bar hopping for the night, grab yourself some cheese, some wine and spend the night relaxing somewhere along the River Seine, such as Quai de la Tournelle, right here behind the Notre Dame Cathedral. Cheers!
But if you are intent on sampling Paris's nightlife, the area around Place de la Bastille is a good place to go. Climbing 324 metres into the Parisian sky, the Eiffel Tower is the French capital's most famous attraction, and you'll undoubtedly go to see it during your stay. But make sure to visit it again at night when it looks even more beautiful.
And once it gets dark, every hour on the air from 1 AM or 2 AM in the summer, the Eiffel Tower sparkles for 5 minutes, just like this. So that is our 10 things you need to know about Paris. Hopefully it will help you plan your trip to the French capital. For a fact sheet on everything that's in this video, log on to www.hostelworld.com/videos, and for the biggest and best selection of hostels in Paris on the internet, stay in the same site.